You guys all know that Kris exaggerates, right? So. Anyhow, but you know, he really does take the mentoring really serious. And he's very, very in tune with making sure that he is constantly listening to the key mentors in his life. As a matter of fact, he could have been doing all sorts of things just a half an hour before this conference kicked off on Thursday night. But what was Kris doing? Kris was online listening to one of his key mentors. And I happened to just film a tiny bit of it, and I want you to see this before we start. This is Kris listening to his How to Tie a Bow Tie mentor. He picks things up fast, doesn't he? Anyhow, I just wanted you to know that he takes online mentoring serious. And that is what he was doing about 5 minutes before this function started on Thursday, okay? So that's about as close as I can come to a joke. Other than I saw how excited everybody was when those other people danced, so I'm going to get that over first. Okay. You guys fired up now? Did that get the juices going?
That's enough.
Calm down. No heart attacks here, huh? I get the privilege of sharing with you 3 big announcements. And in my opinion, these are really big announcements, and by the time I'm done, you hear them all. I think you're gonna have a whole different perspective of what you have your hands on. And I think you're gonna be really glad that you are here today at this point in time. Before I get into the announcements, I want to talk a little bit about. I want to take down a little bit of a story. So I've listed some companies up here: Facebook, Google, Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, etc. What do these companies have in common? Anybody?
Yeah.
Internet, right? Online, what else? Social. Started small, publicly traded. Anything else? Attention. Okay. All right. How much do they cost? Okay. That's the thing I was looking for. They have everything you guys said in common. But the one thing that they had in common is they all started completely free. What they did was they created a premium service, a premium product, and made it available to people for free. You and I don't pay for these services. Yet they have turned into global giants worth, each one of them, billions of dollars, correct? And what they have done is they've used a model that has hence been coined the freemium business model. And this was coined in 2006 by a Silicon Valley investor, equity investor, who was talking about that you take free and you combine it with premium content, and you end up with what's now known as the freemium model. And it is the most powerful new business creation engine ever developed. You know, for those of you that heard Mike Driggers this morning, he talked about Angry Birds and how they gave away this little game for free. And then they asked people that wanted to upgrade and be able to, you know, do more dives and splats or whatever they do, to give 99 cents, and made purportedly over $1 billion doing that. So you can look at some of the others there. WhatsApp created a tremendously powerful premium product and gave it away for free. My children travel all over the world. I do a little bit of world travel, but not as much as my kids now. And you know, I'm complaining about calling all these places, and they're like, Dad, just use WhatsApp. And like most people my age, I'm like, what's what? And I found out that I could call them anywhere on the planet, absolutely for free. I could do video conferencing with them for free. I could do from my phone to their phone to anywhere. I mean, and so that was a completely free model. That was just acquired for $19 billion by Facebook. Why? They had 400 million people using it. Why were they using it? Free plus premium. So where am I going with that? Well, big announcement number 1. Click. I may have gone too far, huh? Anyhow, we already have a program where you get 3 people and yours is free. What about it's just free? Now, some of you right now are freaking out, going, I'm not going to make any money. Wait a minute, okay? Don't get ahead here. I'm all about you guys making really good money. That's what I'm here for. The freemium model always has back-end money involved in it. But big announcement number one is that the Conscious Creator Mentor Network is going to have a freemium level for all. So that people, you will be able to share this with anybody absolutely for free. So how does that work? Well, there are many different ways that this will work. And by the way, folks, this has come so far so fast. You need to understand that there's still going to be changes as this thing goes along the way. This started less than 2.5 months ago as an idea that we wanted to test with 20 people. They brought in 700 people under this idea in that 2.5-month period of time. And we accelerated this from an end of the summer launch to we're going to do it now. Okay? So this is being launched now, the whole Conscious Creator program. But paywalls, that's, for example, the New York Times uses a freemium model where they will give you 10 of their articles, well-written articles, premium content. For the freemium thing to work, it has to be premium content. And then you can upgrade to a paid version. And so you will be able to, we'll still have our paid version. And anybody that's trying to build a business will be involved in the paid version. They're going to want all of the content. They're also going to want to make sure they're creating enough CV in the business volume structure to be able to earn their bonuses, et cetera. So the paid version is our $99 version. So we now go from a price point of free to $99. What are some of the additional things the paid version might get that the free may not? Well, for example, they'll get the unlimited access to all the content. Not all the content will be available free, obviously, or there'd be no reason for people to upgrade. Offline capacity, discounts on live events. For example, the free people will be promoted to come to live events, but those are the people that are in the paid version will get automatic discounts on live events. You know, get 10 or 15 or 20% off live events, et cetera. So the bottom line is, you know, we've been talking about the one-for-one gifting, and the one-for-one gifting will continue with the full paid program. You guys are making a huge difference in the world in terms of being able to help people. I love the way that Roger Salam used the word. I probably will mess this up, Roger, my apologies, but he called them mentally malnourished people that we can give this to. And I'll tell you what, I was one of those mentally malnourished people. You know, Les Brown, I don't know if you're in the room, but I need to thank you. I don't know if you're in here, but I need to thank you because I was one of those mentally malnourished people. You know, Kris talked about me in college and things that I did. I was riding around on my 10-speed bike, locking it up to trees 3 or 4 houses down from people's house because I didn't want them to see I arrived on a 10-speed, and going in their house and showing them how to get rich. But what I did was I absolutely consumed. And people wonder why I'm personally excited about the Conscious Creator Mentor Network is because, well, I'm also excited about announcement 2 and 3, but I'm really excited about the fact that it made me who I am today. I went through over a 13-year stretch of time, folks, in which I consumed no less than 1 hour a day, 7 days a week for 13 years of positive mental stuff going in here, okay? Because this was messed up. I had every kind of thing. And Les Brown, I had some of your tapes that I got through Dexter Yeager's organization in the old Amway days, and I listened to them over and over and over and over. Matter of fact, if you want me to do Les Brown's talk, come on back tomorrow, and I'll do one of his talks. So we'll have powerful incentives in there to upgrade to the paid version, and of course, like I said, the one-on-one continues. So what's going to happen with this? Well, you guys have heard about the sort of the new use of the term disruption, and it means when you kind of turn a business on its head. This is going to be a huge disruption to the MLM industry in a fantastic way for you. Because, you know, think of some of the normal complaints that you hear from people in multi-level marketing. One of them is the products are overpriced. Well, I've got a question. Is free too much? I mean, can you imagine, how about this one? You know, I don't want to sell to my friends or family. Ron talked about that from stage yesterday, and it is a sore spot for people. But can you imagine being able to say, hey, you know, put it on your Facebook page. Hey, I started a new business. My product is 100% free. Come check it out. That's also going to get people calling you, you know? Like your uncle that's the business guy that goes, honey, you can't have a product free and have a business, you know? And then you get an opportunity to tell them about how we move people up. So this is also, in addition to MLM disruption, is personal development disruption. But very interestingly, the way that this is being done is we are taking the personal development leaders and the new stars, the existing superstars, we are taking them with us on this journey of disruption. They are part of turning it on its head. Unlike, for example, the disruption that happened when big box stores came in and mom and pop stores went away. You know, Walmart and Costco comes in and you know, a lot of us shop there, but a lot of the mom and pop stores all went away. So, but we are taking them with us. They are joining us along this journey. So how do we get the word out about this? Remember back to some of those companies that I showed you. How do we get the word out? Well, number one is we create something with enough positive content, make it available at the right price, free, and then we need to be able to share it. And so big announcement number two is that we will be launching the Strongbrook Conscious Creator Mentor app. For those of you that don't really understand how viral things can go when they're an app, this app gives complete access to the mentoring vault if they're in the paid version. Otherwise, there's a paywall, and it'll include the free stuff. And by the way, the mentors will be able to choose what of their content they want behind the wall or in front of the wall. So if you're a mentor out there and you're worried about your content, don't worry about it. You get to pick what you want and where you want it. Okay? In the free version, we'll definitely have the daily dose of inspiration, you know, the daily videos, we'll have notification capability for you, for your team, for us. And each application or each time somebody downloads the app, for example, if you spread this through your Facebook page or you put it out through any type of your social media, it's linked back to you. So if the person ever upgrades, that upgrade happens for you, okay? So I spent about 2.5 hours with the guy that owns the company that's writing this app. They've written a ton of different apps for many major corporations, including many large multi-level marketing companies. It's absolutely first class. It'll be available on all platforms, available through Google Play, through Apple, App Store, as well as online. The freemium version will be available just through somebody's desktop, so somebody can come along and consume. So I mentioned that the app is coded and linked back to you. There'll be special little icons and buttons that once you've received your app, that you can have special links to go out on your Twitter feeds or Pinterest, Instagram, etc. And this is just what I came up with, and you guys so many more creative people than me in this room. But imagine just being able to say this: hey, look, I've started a new business. My product's totally free. Check it out with my free app. And I think that a lot of people that are really afraid of talking to people, that really breaks down. I mean, I don't know how you break down the barrier any more than that. And I also love the idea of the people that I think will come back to you and go, how can you have a free product and make money? I don't get it, you know? And it gives you that opportunity to be able to start talking with them. So this brings me up to announcement number 3. Which I got to go fast. You guys are going to figure this all out. But Strongbrook's been promoting the American dream, but the vision from the day I met these men and women almost 4 years ago has been a global vision. Today, that dream is becoming a reality. Big announcement number 3, Strongbrook is opening for business worldwide. So what? This is all going to start piecing together here, because you're going to start realizing we now have a freemium model. What else did all those companies have in effect? They had no borders that stopped their business from growing, did they? You know, could Google go anywhere? Pretty much. I mean, there's some countries that give companies a hassle, et cetera. Now we have a digitally delivered product, which means we don't have to worry about importation issues and duties and customs and shipping across seas and safety within borders, et cetera. And we have an app that will be available for you to spread with anyone anywhere in the world and let them spread with somebody else for free. And by the way, the freemium model, folks, you don't care. It doesn't matter how many people just use it for free. Your income will go up substantially because you get so many more people exposed. What have you guys been hearing about people buying the PSA that came in just for the mentoring network? You've been hearing a lot about that, right? Why? It's because they got exposed to something. But they didn't get exposed by talking to them about real estate. They got exposed by being talked to about something else. These people will get exposed to. As a matter of fact, for those of you that are kind of into geek type stuff, if you want to read a book called Freemium Economics, it's the whole study of this whole industry and how it works. And the average is that your non-paying subscribers are generally worth 15 to 25% as much value as your paying subscribers. And you say, how could that be? Because of the people that they lead you to and lead you to and lead you to. And they are people that we will still market to. When we put on a live event and we know because of the app usage that this person's been, listening to all Les Brown stuff or been plugged into David's stuff or just loves, Mr. Harrington, and they're going to be speaking in town, we'll be able to push out to all of those people, hey, this person's coming to town, click here, get some discount tickets, et cetera. And guess what? Those tickets will be commissionable, okay? So here's what the company had. This was its footprint, global footprint, during the 8 years of development of this company. And we will be opening up in phases. Phase 1 is literally June, July. These are the countries that are in phase 1. I'll be telling you what you can start doing now for this, okay? Canada, the United Kingdom, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. A lot of different reasons why different companies are in different phases. There's just a variety of different issues when you do this type of thing. By the way, this is so much simpler than when my company went international, because I own a nutritional supplement company. We had to get all the pre-registrations for all the products. Most of the time, we started 2 years in advance. And it would generally cost us on the low side of $500,000, on the high side $2 to $3 million just to open the doors. And we successfully launched in 13 countries. The key word there is successfully, okay? We launched in 18 countries. We successfully launched in 13, okay? We didn't do well in 5 of them. We learned. We, as I said to Kris and the team, we stepped on some landmines that we're helping making sure that you guys don't step on. But all that money was down the drain in those countries. All that $500,000 to $3 million in each one was down the drain. So Canada, UK, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand. And so our footprint starts expanding. And starting in August, September, October, we got Mexico, Japan, Hong Kong, Brazil, South Korea, France, and potentially Kenya. Kenya's still a little on the edge. You know what, guys? I know I'm going to be hit up after this talk about 156 different countries. But I'll share with you this. There's going to be a process through which if you've got a big footprint somewhere, you'll be able to help move things up in this thing by action. And I'll get to that in a minute of what you can do, okay? So that's what phase 2 will look like in terms of our footprint. Phase 3, we're looking at November, December, January timeframe. Russia, Germany, Colombia, Taiwan, Italy, Thailand, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, Indonesia, India. So look at what the footprint starts looking like. Starts getting a little bigger. I like how it turns Strongbook blue, too. So I hope I'm maybe expanding your mind here a little bit about what you got your hands on. Some people will say, well, how's the real estate going to work there? People will be able to become investors here in the United States. the people in these foreign countries that want to do real estate the Stromberg way will be able to engage the team right here, buy properties here, have them run the management, manage it for them, just like we do for our domestic PSA partners. Then year 3, this is a little hard to read. This is our 3-year goal. Our 3-year goal is 156 countries. This actually looks like the fine print on an auto lease contract or something. But this is actually the 156 countries that we have targeted. Our goal is year 3. Here's what the footprint looks like. Now, I want to tell you something. I don't know why they gave me the fun job of being able to tell you guys about this, and I probably haven't done the best job, but oh my gosh. You can just imagine what this leadership team has done. Imagine being an advisor like I am and coming to this team and saying, guys, I got a really interesting idea. It's going to help you make a lot of money. I want you to give your product away. And they're like, yeah, that's funny. Anyhow, what's your idea? It takes men and women of great vision to be able to see what this will do. And I'm going to tell you something, when you get your hands on really what this will do for you, imagine the network of people that you will be daily exposing your business to. Daily. That will see, you know, most people's phone or tablet, but most people's phone, I read this in the New York Times article, most people's phone is within 10 feet of them 23 and a half hours a day. I don't know where they must lose it the other half an hour because yeah, but mine's within 10 feet of me in the shower. I mean, mine's on the edge of the, you know, it's like I don't know, it's like an organ, you know, it's like I think I'm going to die if I don't have it, you know. How many of you have ever left the house and realized you didn't have your phone, turned around and gone back just to get your phone, right? Yeah. So your Stromberg icon will be right there, even if they don't open it up. It'll be in their face. They'll get their updates. If they choose to have notifications, they'll be getting their notifications. So let's look at some of the things that will come out of this. So now where are our price points? They range from a free product that'll have premium content, but will constantly be teasing people, if you would, to flip over, okay? To flip into the full thing. We can tease people, if you would, or prompt them, if you would, about the business opportunity, about real estate, about any of our products. The way I look at Conscious Creator and the products that will start filling the store, and the way I look at the credit repair that Mike talked about this morning, the way that I look at the LLCs, all those different sort of products, I'm perfectly fine with whatever door somebody walks into the Stromberg store through, whatever door that they come into the family through, because they will then get exposed to others. And to me, the perfect example of that is Costco. There is some law, some universal law that's built into my DNA that says I cannot go into Costco and just get what I went for. I don't know, it's wired in, it's just, you know, I can't just get what I went for. There's times I come home and I'm like, cool. Dang, I didn't get what I went for. You know? And it's because I walked into something. So this has been the easiest door that we've found so far, by far, to expose people to. So what might happen over time? You might see testing of different price points, and with different, that's what you could do with the freemium model, you know, different content, different layers. We will be having pre-registration sites for each one of these countries. And prior to that, I told you what you could do in the meantime. Like if you've got a country that you want to go, Mike Driggers will be teaching everybody about this on the conference calls. But you are free to take paper applications. You just can't collect any money. Okay, and you stack up enough paper applications from a country that you want to move up in the list, you'll get our attention, okay? So that's how you can do it. Prior to, approximately 30 days prior to a country actually being open to conduct business with us, and by the way, let me make an important point. Stromberg is not opening up in these countries. Stromberg is opening up for these countries to come here and do business with us. Yes. Okay? And that's an important point. And I'm not going to go into the details of that why right now, but it has a lot to do with taxation and everything like that. We are allowing people from all these different countries to start doing business with us and to participate in our business opportunity right here out of Utah, United States, with us. So we have a global pay card system that's lined up. We will be able to pay people all in their local currencies in every country that we're allowing them to shop. They will be able to purchase in their local currency. They'll be able to do their monthly subscription in their local currency. They'll be able to affiliate whatever bank they want to with their pay card. The pay cards run through MasterCard. Okay? Everything is being done to make this as easy for people as possible. We will have different international pricing structures. Every country can't support the equivalent of $99 US a month. It just won't happen. Okay? So these are some of the considerations, some of the things. But you combine all this stuff together and you have something that I just want to ask you, what can you envision? What could you see could now happen with your business with these tools? By the way, I mean...
Yeah, you have to forgive me. Ed is like a really subdued, conservative businessman. I'm sitting there going, do you see what this is?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. Well, I'm going to bring some more of Stephen up. So let's bring back your founder and the bow tie tire of the world, Mr. Kris Krohn.
What's bigger than business? Movement, other words? It's a calling. Did you hear the one thing that this man who has been playing in business of hundreds of millions of dollars said that turned his life around? Mentors. Standing in the back next to my friend and mentor, Marcus, and he looked at me and with all that emotion, he said, "This is not a business." In his words, he said, "This is our God work." Oh, yeah. I want to tell you just a little bit about how I found out that we could go international so quickly. This is the opportunity for me to throw my mentor a little under the bus. My mentor caused me to experience an emotion I have never felt before. If a person could feel such extreme loathing and hate and love at the same time, there's no name for the emotion, but I felt it. Ed Hoyt helped invent it. I want to tell you how. So the mentoring network in its pre-launch is starting to take off like crazy. I'm getting pumped. I'm getting excited. I said, Ed, I'm on the phone with Ed every day. Every mentor I talk to wants to play, wants to participate. They want to be a part of this movement. It went from a business to a movement. It's a calling. It's huge. And you know, this is maybe 30 days ago, 40 days ago, that I get on the phone with one of the mentors I'm trying to recruit, and he says, Kris, I'm really busy. I have my own amazing personal development product. It's currently in 150 different countries around the world. And I thought about that. I'm like, man, I've been talking with Ed Hoyt for 4 years. I know what it takes to open one country. He's in 150, $500,000 to $2 million. It takes time, it takes years. Man, if we want to get 150 countries, that would take us like $1 billion in a decade, and I've got only this much patience in my life. So the next morning I woke up with the idea, I need to call this mentor back. I called up Jim. I said, this was my idea, piggyback. So I called him up. I said, Jim, hey, I was kind of wondering if, you know, you're in 150 different countries, what if somehow we worked out some kind of arrangement that we could take our new mentoring network and tie it into something that you're doing so that overnight we could be in 150 different countries? And he got real silent on the phone. And it's as if he was there. He just kind of had this confused look on his face. And he said, Kris, I don't understand. Why don't you just do it yourself? In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, easy for you to say, $10 million and 10 million years, and I only have this much patience. It's like, Jim, come on, this is a great idea. He says, you know, Kris, you can just go, it's a digital product, you can go international overnight. And all of a sudden, my personal opinion of Jim just went like this. Jim is doing dirty business. Jim is skating around the rules. Jim can't do that. So I'm really concerned. I get off the phone with Jim, and I call up my mentor. I call up Ed, because I'm wondering, either Jim's doing something where he belongs in jail, or maybe there's something we don't know, because the most dangerous information is what you don't know. So I call up Ed, the guy that's always telling me that, and I tell him my plight. And there was this long pause on the phone. And then eventually he says, uh-oh, Kris found out. This is the part where the loathing and hate started coming up. What do you mean? He says, well, Kris, I didn't kind of want to tell you. I wanted it to be a surprise on stage because I don't think you keep secrets very well, but we can actually go, we can go global practically overnight. And for 10 minutes, you should have heard the rant. I said such vile things and such loving things. But I just felt like Jekyll and Hyde, the pure embodiment. Anyway, to my mentor and friend Ed Hoyt, I forgive you, I love you, I accept you, come back. Friends, give it up for Ed Hoyt. Amazing. Amazing. He is amazing. I want to tell you something. Ed isn't just a mentor. I consider him family. We would have never started Stromberg Direct and brought all of you together without an expert like Ed Hoyt, who knows how to navigate these waters. We decided as an executive team that without an expert on our team, we wouldn't venture into it. What I would like to do now is I'm going to share with you some of the final information before we have a 90-minute break. Depending on how long ago, might turn into a 70-minute break. I'm not really sure. But after that break, we are going to get our fancy duds on. We are going to transform this room into a $100 plated meal. We are going to throw on a massive party. Les Brown is going to be our keynote speaker. We're going to be recognizing you and awarding you. And friends, we're going to have a wonderful finish to this. So what I would like to do is I want to see if I can put a cake topper on everything that Ed said by giving you a little bit of an incentive, something called a promotion, something that would give you a reason with this now international opportunity to go crazy, to build. Because is it possible that some of you after this convention are going to get on a plane? Yes. You're going to start making calls. You're going to start getting on Skype. You're going to start reaching out. International mentors have never had a greater reason for coming aboard. Juan knows that. He brought in Alex Day with 26 lifetime of programs. He's the Tony Robbins of Latin America, gave us all of his programs because he believes in the work that we're doing here. And Juan is just the first to start the international effort. Give it up to Juan, brother. All right, let me take you through some of this. A couple of things that I just want to remind you of first. First of all, we are going to continue this test. We're going to collect more data. So we do have the free $5,500 PSAs, the essential PSA for the next how many people? Okay, when will that run out? At the rate this is going to grow, how long do you think it'll take to run out? So get on it. I got 2 promotions that I want to share with you. How many promotions? 2. Okay, the first one is a great promotion for everyone, and the second promotion is a great promotion for everyone. But the first promotion is for everyone in the entire company. Everyone here understands this concept of get 3 and yours is free, correct? It's not very hard to understand. So what we're going to be doing is our first special promotion for everyone company-wide, even those that are not here, is that through the end of August, we are going to set up a $500 extra bonus in addition to all your other bonuses. And here's the way this works. Once you're free, help 3 get free. Get 3 and free for you, and then help 3 other people on your team. Help those 3 people get free. Every time you do that, we're going to write you a $500 bonus check. Is everyone game with that? Okay, we're going to be running that through the end of August, on August 31st, so take advantage of that. We're hoping that that creates a really powerful leapfrog, because, by the way, how many of you in this room right now are free? Show me. Put your hands up. Look around the room. Look at all the free that is already going on. For those of you that have your hands up, now go help the person next to you get free. Help your teammates get free. Help this grow. Help this expand. Okay, so that's the first one. This second promotion is something that I am extraordinarily excited about. I've never been as excited about it as I am right now. Where's Julia Graydon in the room? Just put your hand up, wave. Where's Julia? Julia and her husband Bill, they brought in Gerald Rogers. Gerald Rogers is the #2 recruiter for 2015. I know the Graydons are really excited about that. Where are the Norrises? Gary and Carolyn, they have become experts at bringing in mentors. And I want to tell you, we often say in this business that you are only one recruit away from a what? Friends, that has never been more true than it is right now, because you can go and call up a mentor, and you know what I love to say to them? I would like to promote you to thousands of people for free. And you know what they say? Tell me more, even if they don't know who you are. So where's Renat? My good friend Renat, see, he's right here. I'm not going to reveal his secrets because I shouldn't do it, but I will tell you at least this much. Renat has a strategy for reaching out to mentors everywhere that he has no connection with, and they have powerful lists and followings, and he is recruiting them like a madman. He's one of our top 5 recruiters of 2015, except his recruiter, the people he's recruiting, they are all people of massive influence. Give it up for that man. Figuring something out, changing the game. I got John England that says, Kris, I could get you on the phone with Dean Graciosi. There's a man of influence. In fact, if you know anyone of any kind of influence, period, you are truly only one away from a what? Explosion. A massive explosion. You may ask yourself, what can I do to become a recruiter of mentors? As one of your distribution outlets for everything else that you do. Because mentors love to recruit who? Other mentors. Roger Salam, who we're going to celebrate later as our #1 recruiter of this year, the majority of the people he has brought in are people of massive influence. He now has teams of mentors recruiting mentors recruiting mentors. If I just fast forward 12 months, what he's done in 60 days, he is going to be touching hundreds of thousands and likely millions of lives because he's grasped this. And so excited that you all have the opportunity to get that. Now give it up for Roger. Let him hear that. It's powerful. Powerful. Or just for a moment, if I think about my friends, Debbie and Bill Hackett, right over here. How are you guys doing? Debbie and Bill felt inspired after GoPro to sign up and go to Les Brown's event, where they met Les Brown and where they passed him a note. Reminds me of junior high. And the note was something equivalent of, we'd like to promote you to thousands for free. Call me. And did he call you? Yes. He did call you. And then I get a random phone call, and before you know it, we have Les Brown in our midst here with us. How amazing is that? I want to invite you to close your eyes with me. I want to invite you to free up your hands. I want to invite you to empty your mind of all of this information. Get your feet firmly grounded. And this is a gift for you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's right. And this time, a deeper breath. And I have a question for you. And all I ask is that you sit and listen and receive and write it down and act. Here's the question. What is your role in this global movement? And watch the beauty of God work through you. And there's a message that you receive in your heart. And there's clarity. And when you get it, write it down. Who are you going to be in this movement? What is your role? I invite you to see the lives that you can touch. I want to invite you to see that the dream of financial independence that so many go after and most never achieve is within your grasp. What is the instruction you get of what you need to do? Is it people to reach out to? Is it to charter a plane? Is it someone on your chicken list? And take a deep breath and breathe that in. And whatever you got, commit to live it, commit to be it, commit to do it, because in my parting words, I want to share this last thing with you. We've been in business now for 7.5 years, and in those 7.5 years, by that period of time with the mentorship I had received, I have had a goal in how I live business every single day. I haven't been true to it every single day of the last 7.5 years, but I can tell you now in these great many last years that my life is directed and guided beyond a tool than the mind. It is guided beyond logic. I have found that logic can deceive. I have found that logic can lead me down a path of right and down a path of wrong, but I have found that this connection to higher self, what I feel in my heart, and when I live according to what I call intuition, for some of you it may be something divine like it is for me, this intuition, that voice that whispers inside of you, all I know at the end of the day is if I will wake up, ask, receive, follow, and act upon that information, then when I go to bed at night, I can look back and I can know that I did everything that I was supposed to do. And friends, frankly, that is one of the greatest gifts in my life, is to know that we're connected. And that if I can step outside of my mind, I can figure out what I can do to be of benefit to you, and I can get into a place to receive what you can do for me. And together, we're going to accomplish so much more than we could ever do on our own. Friends, this is the fulfillment for me of a 10-year dream. You are the leaders. We get to take this around the world. We get to impact millions of lives. And I commit to you that I will not stop until we have given 100 million units of mentorship away to people in need around this world. Thank you very much.